But yeah, considering that we never found a helmet, I think the cost for that was that we will never find the helmet of the Devourer, and thus we can never complete the set and raise all of it to level 20. But frankly, even the chest piece, which is the strongest piece of it that we have found to this point, it's like, I'm looking at it and it's like, yeah, it's better armor. Granted, like, Imbrock is not that great. Like, open up yours. I think you have a more current piece of armor than me for that slot. A slightly more current one. Like, both of our chest pieces are kind of out of date, if I'm being perfectly honest. It's just that if you look at the actual bonuses on that, they're not that great for us. Like, the reflect 20% of any damage and the 10% critical chance are nice, but the other two bonuses don't matter at all. So yeah, as we were discussing before we blundered into that mini-boss fight
of the Devourer, yeah.
We were thinking that we needed to find a Swornbreaker before we set off after Sada. Lord Kim seems to have one of everything, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's got one. So, I don't know, maybe we should bug him first?
Maybe.
Please, you've got to help me. My wife, they want to kill her. She didn't do anything wrong. She was just trying to save lives, but no one will listen. You have to help, please.
What is she accused of?
Being a good person. Please, there's no time. They'll kill her. Go!
Because I refuse to slaughter magisters.
The paladin looks up at you through a bruised and swollen eye. She spits a gob of blood on the cobbles before she speaks.
Come to see the show, stranger. I'm afraid you've missed most of the slaughter, but there's still blood to be spilled.
Step back from the prisoner. You are interrupting a paladin court, stranger.
You can call this a court until the end of days, Kem. It's still a disgrace.
The prisoner will be silent.
What is she accused of?
We are beyond accusations. This once paladin is guilty of refusing orders and protecting supporters of the Black Ring.
They were boys. Local boys that signed up for steady pay in a slick uniform. A couple of white traitors doesn't mean every magister is in league with the Ring.
Yeah, to be fair, and this is coming from someone who was at Fort Joy, mind you, we have met, like, maybe 2 halfway decent magisters over the course of this adventure. So, she might not entirely be wrong, but that's very difficult for me to even really consider.
At best, you are a coward. At worst, you are a traitor. In either case, the sentence is death.
That being said, I'm not a huge fan of the paladins either at this point. Are we just gonna fight everyone? Thoughts?
I'm okay with fighting these people. This is probably gonna become a fight no matter what we do, though.
Yeah, probably.
Eventually. Depends on if you want to fight these guys now, later.
Lord, I can't believe I'm doing this for someone who tried to defend magisters, but I don't like where this is going.
His icy eyes focus on you for the first time, pinning you with a freezing look.
Step aside, stranger.
Look, I'm the one that sent you the owl with the information in the first place, so how about we slow down and think about this for half a second?
I see. You have my thanks for that. You did us a great service. Now, if you would do me one service more, stand aside.
See, the intelligence persuasion feels like the one that would be the most likely to work, especially given my stats. But I feel like that's possibly just condemning her to be interrogated. However, my wits is also pretty high, so I guess I'm going with the deception. She's a seeker and I need her alive.
A seeker? How do you... This is... unforeseen. Very well. Perhaps we would be wiser to wait. She shall not die today.
The paladin looks at you as Kem turns away and silently mouths thank you.
Find a cell for her. And the rest of you have your duties. Move!
Well, I still think that's a better outcome for her than the intelligence persuasion would have been, because he's not going to be actively trying to... Yeah, okay, I was trying to avoid that word for you too.
Interrogation of her?
Yes, I guess.
Well,
Oh, by the divine, thank you.
and I'm just
I'll
glad it
never
didn't turn
forget
into a
this
fight
kindness.
immediately. Because, like, we need things from that guy, and...
I get the feeling we're gonna fight him regardless. So we've hit the point where where the paladins are attacking every magister, even if it's just some rank and file that joined yesterday for 3 hots and a cot. Because all of them, even the ones ostensibly on our side, are fanatics.
What is this? Am I dreaming? I went to my bunk after patrol duties, and now... this.
Oh, killed in their sleep.
Wow.
I'll
Okay.
wake up in a minute. Winslow's snoring always wakes me. This can't be real.
You might want to let me have that conversation.
Yeah, I'm just going to take my leave because I'm no good at talking
What
to
is this?
people.
I'll wake up in a minute. Winslow's snoring always wakes me. This can't be real.
This is no dream. You're dead. Do you know anything about the Black Ring? If so, I'll help you find some kind of peace.
What? I don't know anything about the Black Ring. I must be dreaming.
So,
have
yeah,
to
I
be.
would say she has no reason to lie at this stage.
Nope.
And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of the rank and file that just doesn't know. So even though they still supported, chaining up sorcerers and a lot of horrible things, because that's been very open to the public, they don't know about all of it. Do you know where Dallas has gone?
Saw her enter the city with the whites. Or did I? Did I dream it? Am I dreaming you?
Not going to eat your soul. Apparently I can't help you move on. It's kind of iffy whether I'm able to do that or not. So I'm just gonna leave you be. Destroy after reading. Purity of mind, order of society, discipline of body, loyalty to the divine. That's probably a code to something.
The spirit of a magister lingers nearby, scowling at the damage that's been dealt to the premises.
Look at this! Just look at this! Our barracks ransacked by our own brothers in arms, and my sworn magister comrades murdered by them!
How did all of this
The
unfold?
paladins just showed up. No notice, ready for a scrap. They claimed we were traitors and were plotting with the Black Ring. Lunatics, a lot of them.
Where's Dallas headed?
How would I know? She and those whites she surrounds herself with don't announce their plans like town criers. You can be sure of one thing, though. The paladins will never catch her scent.
So something that I'm noticing as we're talking to the Magister ghosts and talking to the paladins refer to all of the Magisters as whites, whereas the Magisters refer to a specific subset of their order that is closest to Dallas as whites. So it seems like a good chunk of the Magister Order, while they're still doing some things I would frankly consider horrible and overall not lose too much sleep over, if they get caught in the crossfire, there's a specific group, there's only a small group that knows about the Black Ring collusion. I don't see any white Magisters amongst the dead. What came of them?
Who knows? Fled, probably. One of them ordered that we fight to the last man and set this place alight, rather than let the paladins take it.
So there's probably something hidden here they'd rather not have
The
found.
spirit glances around again.
So much for that.
Oh, found a hatch in here. I just picked up a painting that was called Order of Society. Yep, that button says
found something.
Society on it. So there's going to be an order that we have to hit. And then there's like a hidden button here that is not labeled that opens. Okay.
I found something.
I'm just going to walk around here with clear-minded up. Hope nobody minds me spamming that every 5 feet, but the extra wits might be helpful.
Look out. I see a trap.
Jeez, apparently
nearby.
we're still not spotting every trap. Oh, cool. There can just be acid there. Who cares?
You are no magister, no paladin either. Resourceful of you to breach our inner circle. I'm sure Marwell must be fuming. Tell me, does Ark still stand?
Yeah, it still stands. Why would you ask such a thing?
Lately I was investigating possible threats to Arks. My inquiries led me to suspect that a dwarven enclave was planning something significant from within the city's sewers.
Who wants to bet there's a bunch of death fog down there?
Yeah, given everything I remember from previous acts and stuff, yeah, they're
Also,
probably...
what the dog was saying.
Yeah, death fogging.
They've long used the sewers for smuggling contraband, but something changed recently. They seemed nervous. More guards, more hidden chambers, more secrets. I fear that an attack against the city might be imminent. Good Queen Justinia seeking to take advantage of the disarray in the Order, perhaps.
What do you think the dwarves are concealing exactly?
The dwarves ransacked the Divine Order ship recently. The Peacemaker. A vessel like that is commonly used for safely transporting shipments of death fog.
Yep, we found that.
If that's what they're hiding down there, then they must be stopped.
Know anything about any other contraband they were
There
smuggling?
was nothing of great importance, just some restricted goods. It's whatever else they have that concerns me.
So what happened to you?
What happened? I followed orders, that's what. Magister Raymond decreed that no white magister should fall into captivity, no matter what. Better a quick poison than a sloppy thrust from the paladin blade, anyway.
Is Raymond here?
Magister Raymond may not be with us
Yep,
in
okay,
person,
so he didn't get
but
to
his
come
orders
back
were
or
clear.
something.
We
Good.
obeyed to the letter.
So I imagine he would be here somewhere if we hadn't taken care of him already. You know where Dallas is?
The spirit offers you a wry smile.
I'm in a poor position to keep tabs on the living. All I know is that Dallas arrived in the city with a sizable retinue of my white magister brethren accompanying her.
You know what? You've been oddly helpful. And also I'm full. So you get to just exist. These pages contain intelligence on you, Arhu, and Kim. Godwoken. From detailed spy reports, you can see finely written entries on your escape from Fort Troy, your trails through Reaper's Coast, and the haphazard mess that happened on the Nameless Isle. Arhu. The notes mention to keep a close eye on Arhu, as he has a tendency to disappear in cat form, but his presence is vital as a keeper of the temple. I mean, I remember him from the first game, but I don't think we've run into him in this game. I wasn't certain that it was the same Arhu when we came across his name before. The notes mention Kim, sorry. The notes mention that Dallas personally ordered a full investigation into the leader of the Paladins. She's worried that he may have learned about the Black Pits operation. Okay, yeah, there's a button there called Death, and I don't think any of the... I'll double check it, but I think that button might just be exactly what it says. Yeah. Purity of mind, order of society, discipline of body, loyalty to the divine. None of those involve death. The spore is in the new research lab. You can reach it through a hidden hatch on the shore behind the barracks. Don't confuse it with the sewer grate. Reinhardt made that mistake. Couldn't get the smell off for weeks. So I guess if we want to try to find the other spores... Alright, we have some stairs down here. But it, honest to goodness, looks like... See look how this looks here. Looks like the game is blocking something out.
That didn't sound successful.
So even though that's the second one in the note, it's not the second one to hit. Thank you.
There's some mechanism at work behind these walls. There's some mechanism at work behind these walls. There's some mechanism at work behind these walls. That did the trick
Yeah,
by the sound
order of
it.
society and discipline of body were swapped. And honestly, at this point, given how rushed the final acts of Larian's games tends to be, I would honestly believe that was an accident. Thankfully, the Red Prince seems to know when the order is wrong, so I was able to just figure out which buttons were correct. Let's see what's down here.
Effort to maintain secrecy. What are the
You were
Magisters
correct to
hiding?
do so, because there's probably going to be a fight. Thanks to my mini-map knowledge and the fact that it just started a fight. I was like, I see red...
More of these things.
Oh, man. I guess we're going to have to kill more of Dallas's plaything.
Raymond, why is your spirit here?
Didn't we remove that spirit from existence?
I'm pretty sure we did. I'd have to check the footage, but I think we ate him. Okay, so this is gonna sound real weird coming from me, but don't light anything on fire. Because I'm worried that if we do, just because of the way the game has set this up, I'm worried that if we do, it's going to actually, like, destroy some piece of intelligence we need.
Or chain.
Or like it's like that
or
that it's actually like it's
any number of horrible things. Really.
Like honestly, it's less that we'd have an issue surviving it, and more that I'm worried that might actually set like a flag in the quests. If that makes sense. So let's see what can I even do? I mean, I can summon my incarnate. That's a thing I can do. But what kind of incarnate would be best to summon, if not fire? Well, these guys don't really have any immunities or resistances, so I guess oil incarnate? That could honestly be dangerous in its own right. Maybe a water one. Bill, do you have anything that generates like a water surface?
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, this actually should generate an ice surface. That works.
Also, really got rid of their magic armor, so...
Also, fun fact, the incarnates can be really good even if your party otherwise doesn't really use magic that much, because the regular incarnate that doesn't get summoned on a surface, or better yet, the incarnate that gets summoned off of a red Kool-Aid surface, both do physical damage. We have another file up that is, like, you know, doing the physical damage strat, which is why I've been talking about it off and on, and we keep summoning those types of incarnates, and they do an amazing job. Anyway. Okay, I don't know why you decided to hop to a spot that you apparently couldn't get out of, but... You could swap me with one of the other Geists. If you can see them. No, okay. You're kind of stuck in this corner. You honestly need to move a little bit, I think. Or you need to just summon your incarnate and get them buffed. Yeah, you could just summon an incarnate, buff them, and then summon ice totems.
I'll yield to none.
And remember, your incarnate does have a ranged attack that it can use once per turn. Okay, not on him. That's interrupted. That one works. And you also have tactical retreat to hop to 1. That one seems to have trapped itself. Maybe we just leave it to do its thing and you hop over. Ah.
We didn't do it.
I didn't see any quests update.
So that's good.
Gonna be really mad if
We missed something because a Geist decided to just...
punch an oil barrel. Singed notes. Great. That answers my question. We have to somehow keep them from punching any oil barrels. And they're gonna go right for it.
How are their sightlines this big? They're undead monsters that
Apparently
have
have much-
visors glued to their head.
At the very least, I want you to jump in here and get in their face. Ideally, I would want you to summon your incarnate here and maybe get them involved, but I need to make the surface first. I need both controllers. Sorry. That's how much fun this act of the game has been. I've done a lot of the fights like this.
Because for some reason... I don't know, the early acts were so much better, and this is just dragging on and on.
And I am practically screaming at the game to end. I am so close to pulling an MST3K and just screaming end at this thing.
Need to make it this huge. No.
So that put your incarnate in the fight without putting you in the fight. Yes, amazing. Beautiful game design. I'm fully taking advantage of it. Because I am so far past done. That put you in the fight, I think.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay.
Kind of hoping I could hop in too, but we'll take what we can get.
Yeah, really, the only thing I could have added there would have been you possibly lightning jumping in, and that only would have been if I could have had you somehow do it without hurting your totems, which I'm not certain that would have been possible. Our incarnates are just going to briefly occupy the same space. You're gonna punch a barrel, aren't you? Oh, thank God you're just gonna hit the incarnate instead. I'll take that, frankly. I don't know why you did that.
know if he thought his did enough poison damage that he could heal his friend or what. But none of this. So this is literally going to be a trial and error thing.
No, the second they just decide to break one, which is going to happen literally at random. I quick saved right before we walk in here. We need to enter here in stealth and get a surprise attack. There's literally no other way to do this. Alright. See if sneaking in is even an option. It is. That's good. Are they moving?
I can't even. Fuck this camera. No, they're not moving. But...
That's the good news. Okay. Let's see if we... And I'm not going to try to just stealth this whole thing. I feel like the intention here was to go sneak around them, and I don't know what, but I don't care. We're going to figure out some way of getting rid of them. Get up here with me. Alright, get Ring of Frost ready to go. I think our best bet is to just try to freeze them. Like that. Okay. Go.
Shield the other.
Froze two of them. Alright, try to aim another, freezing attack in there if you have one. A lot of your other water attacks are close range stuff. Maybe just lightning jump in on them or something. I think the other one might actually work and chain between them in this situation. I'm not sure. Okay, either way works. Yeah, use that.
Into the...
Dampening wave. Just be careful you don't flip any barrels. You're not, so that's good.
Take that last one out. We're done.
I'll heal, not.
So the fight is either just an absolute cakewalk, if you know to sneak into... I'm glad I was at least paranoid enough to save.